in general, in the app space, but even broader, fraud every year, every day gets more sophisticated. And one example of this in the mobile app space is there's a certain type of fraud that what we call app fraud. This is an app that has code in it that by itself is going to be generating fraudulent ad impressions. I think there's a common misconception thinking that for those apps that are fraudulent, that it was the app developer who initiated the fraud scheme. But what we have found increasingly is this app is generating the fraud without the app developer being in the know. And the way that we're identifying that it's happening is there are open source SDKs out there that the app developer needs to use to build up the tool set, whether it's ensuring that your app stays up to speed on the new version of the device, whether it's a monetization app or otherwise. The app developers need to be very wary of the SDKs that they integrate. We're finding that now the fraudsters have gone into issuing open source code under the guise of helping out the app developer, only to have fraudulent code embedded into the SDK. The app developer develops the code, integrates the SDK, and all of a sudden that fraudulent code is now injected into whoever downloads that app.
So very good actors in the space could, through no fault of their own, end up perpetrating this fraud.
Absolutely, and it's just be very wary and cognizant of who you work with, and that really goes across every piece of what we're talking about